welcome to Planning Joy Garden. I wanted to spend today talking about planning your garden and just encouraging everyone to consider adding herbs to their garden, or if you are a new gardener, to make sure that you're growing herbs. Herbs are the best return on value for someone who is growing a garden. Also, I wanted to share some helpful hints on getting herbs started, particularly if you're a new gardener. It is now 2026, so this is everything I grew last year. And I make sure that I grew enough to have not only fresh herbs, but that I had enough stored and dried for the winter to get me back around to the growing season. So I grew some oregano, and I've been using quite a bit. I have sage, and I don't have quite a bit. I have a hard time growing sage. Usually I end up with root rot towards the end of the season. I have basil, and I have some rosemary. I've also propagated some rosemary from my garden just to ensure that I have rosemary available to me. I have thyme. I'm also growing additional thyme. I'm roughly about 12 weeks from my last frost, so I have started some thyme here as well as some sage, and I have germination. I also have lemon thyme, and I just dried a little bit because I don't use lemon thyme that often. I was surprised with coriander, also known as cilantro, how much I love adding this to my soups and stews. It is amazing. And so I'm really using quite a bit of this cilantro coriander that has been dried. My other new discovery for the growing season, I truly love adding celery leaves to my recipes because the flavor is amazing, and it's so easy to preserve celery leaves, and it takes up very little space. So I actually grew an extra container to refill my smaller container. I also did a lot of pepper pickling, and so I have some dried peppers here, and as you can see, I'm using quite a bit. So this is something I know to plan for drying more peppers. Now these jars are the 8-ounce ball jars, and when you price that at the market, how much 8 ounces, not 4 ounces, not 2-ounce bottles, how much an 8-ounce jar of herbs costs, this is where the value in my garden comes from. This is how my garden pays for itself, and simply the production of herbs. So if I never grew anything else but herbs, my garden would pay for itself. Now let's discuss the cost to grow. So you notice I have my seeds here: oregano, cilantro, parsley, thyme, sage, basil, some additional cilantro from my own yard, and common chives. And you look at the low cost of these seeds. And in the case of my chives and cilantro, those are free seeds. Most herbs will drop seeds. So it's like a one-time investment where you pay for the seeds, you grow the plant. Many of them are perennial or biennial, which means like parsley, it's a 2-year plant. Cilantro, although it's an annual, it drops so many seeds all over your yard, you will find cilantro popping up. Just use it. Oregano is known to spread, and it drops seeds after it has flowered. Even the thyme, given the right conditions and allowed to flower, you can get thyme from self-sowed seeds. Basil, well, basil doesn't work quite that way. Basil I usually have to replant, but it is a prolific plant, and you can get some affordable seeds. Now the seeds you get at the dollar store, and this is nothing against the dollar store or this seed company, because of the price. I mean, some of these are anywhere from 25 cents to maybe 33 cents, maybe 35 cents now. For the cost, it's plenty of seeds. It's all you're going to need for the year. But it is small quantity and it's a small weight. They note that the weight is consistently anywhere from 100 milligrams to about 250 milligrams. So this is a great way to get started. You can start it in containers. You can put it in little spots in your garden. But it's a great way to get value from your garden. The other way I get great value from my garden is with growing leafy greens. And as you can see here, I have some pak choi and some lettuce, and I even have a little kale here, and I'll bring you in so you can see. But that's another way where you can get great value from your garden, even growing in a small space or in a container. Your garden can pay for itself. So I have seeds here. I have specialty greens like kale and endive, and these were very affordable. And I wanted you to see the seed count. And I'm not sponsored in any way. I just think that the MI Gardener is a great value. They have sales. Sometimes they have free shipping. But I'm looking at the seed count. 300, 300, 300 for specialty greens. And for their lettuces, like beautiful lettuce. Look at the seed count here. 1,000 seeds here and 500 here. I could never use 1,000 lettuce seeds. And I could never use 500. And I was able to get this when they had a sale. So I paid $1 a pack for 1,000 seeds. Can you imagine? Now, typically their seeds are about $2, but they have sales all the time. And sometimes they have free shipping. So it's just something to consider. You can get amazing value from your garden when you grow things from seeds. I also have some butter crunch lettuce here, black seeded Simpson, and little Jim. I prefer heirloom seeds, but some things do not come as a heirloom, so I will go ahead and purchase non-genetically modified seeds, as in the case of these butter crunch. These are not an heirloom seed, but it is non-modified, which is important to me. So that's another way where you can get great value out of your garden by growing your own leafy greens, because that's one of the most expensive things you can get from the grocery store. And growing your own herbs, using them fresh, and then dehydrating them during the off season. So one tip I can give you about growing herbs. Herbs, when they're outdoors, they just seem to take care of themselves. They're low maintenance perennials. However, they can be a little difficult to start. So for herbs that are slow to germinate or that need light to germinate, and in the case of celery, I suggest starting it hydroponically. So this is the sage here. It's very tiny. I do have sage outdoors under the snow. Cilantro, self-seeding. But it's nice to have it indoors as well. So those are two of the seeds that I have started hydroponically. I showed you the time where I've started it in soil. The other option with herb is propagation, as in the case of this rosemary, where I took a clipping from my rosemary bush during the summer and I stuck it in my hydroponic system to grow roots, and now I have a whole new plant in soil. If something should happen to my rosemary bush outside, I have another one that I can set up immediately in the spring and start harvesting right away. So if you're planning on having herbs in your garden and to get true value from your garden, now is the time. 12 weeks prior to your last frost date. This is when you want to get your herbs started. They are perennials and they can be slow to germinate and slow to grow. But once they're established, it's an amazing value in your garden. So go ahead and try doing some hydroponic seed starting with your herbs. And some great ones to start hydroponically are celery, cilantro, sage, thyme. All of those plants do very well when started hydroponically. And I have found, in order to make my herbs a little bit more tolerant of wet feet, because I live in the Great Lakes area, Zone 5B, And my biggest problem with herbs is I drown them. Their feet are always wet because I have a high water table. But by starting them hydroponically, they're learning to be a little bit more tolerant of wet feet, particularly with the sage. Because I'm starting them hydroponically, these will be a little bit more tolerant, and I hope to have my sage live on year after year. So if anything has been helpful, please hit that like button and have a great day.